Well, sometimes we don't do these in the office. I'm sitting in the car waiting today. I have some time, and this has been on my mind for a while, so let's give it a shot here. Optimism. The glass is half full. You've heard the cliche, of course, or the glass is half empty, and it tends to be how we look at situations that generally involve at least some measure of challenge, sometimes significant challenge. And it's easy in those situations to fall in the wrong direction, I think, at least in my experience it is, and think of the worst possible outcomes. I spent too many days dominating too many weeks since the first of 2023 when all this started in my head physically to focus on the possibly worst outcomes. Now, those still remain a possibility as I record this morning, but I'm trying now not to dwell on it as much, really at all, in favor of the glass is half full. What's the optimistic possibility here? Well, some quick things that come to mind is my priorities in my life have changed dramatically since I realized that I don't have control over things that, like my longevity, that I'd like to have control over. And also that in so doing, in focusing myself on what's really important in my life, I can clear away a lot of the clutter that previously caused me concern and worry. So that's a good thing. Now, having done that, though, doesn't automatically replace a tendency that I have, and perhaps you do sometimes, to look at the what-ifs, the worst possible outcomes, and what that means. Well, it's easy, again, to fall into that trap, and it's really quite depressing if you spend too much time there. Instead, looking at it as, what about the positive outcome, the possibility that is really quite real, that things go my way or your way, depending, again, on what you're facing. Think of how that changes your attitude instantly and really reserves energy that we can spend in misdirection towards pity parties, the poor me kind of mindset. The contagion that has with people who love you, who then can also be drawn down in the dumps to no real advantage for them, and even the selfish aspects of it. If I really want to feel really bad for myself, really sorry for myself, in the hopes of attracting sympathy from others, in a sense, I'm using that as a means of control over them. And that's just wrong. It's a bad way to treat the people you care about and love you. They will express their concern because they feel it genuinely. You don't have to do anything to pry it out of them. And I'm trying hard to realize what, again, the downsides are of that glass half empty, that pessimistic view that sometimes dominates my thinking and possibly yours. These challenges are going to come up throughout our lives, great challenges and minor ones. And we're constantly going to be faced with how do we handle that, understanding that we will stumble. Today, I'm not in the mood to stumble. I'm looking very positively at my health situation, as well as all the other good things that are going on in my life that I have really a great deal of gratitude for. Focusing on that doesn't make my outcome any less or more likely to go one way or the other, but it does put me in a frame of mind to enjoy the moment, and enjoying the presence in the company of others or that time we might have alone is a very valuable goal to pursue, and I hope that you'll experience it too.